Welcome back to Midday. We're visiting now with Richard Robinson. Welcome.
Thank you, Katie.
General grants. Everyone who's lived in Kamloops for a little while knows about general grants. It's where you bring your recycling.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about the history of the business.
Well, my father started into the bottle depot business and was an entrepreneur back in the early 70s, and it sort of has grown along with the way our society has developed to recycle and reuse items. In the early 90s, an outfit called Oncorp came along and created a good return system for returning beverage containers that are recycled by everyone. And then as it's grown, electronics have become part of the recycling, and other small electronic parts are recyclable. And now over the last few years, an outfit called Recycle BC is set up, and they are beginning to recycle all post-consumer products that are packaging for our stuff we buy in the grocery store.
And it does seem that everything comes in packaging now. There used to be, you know, he had a lot of foresight in the 70s. Recycling really wasn't blipping on a lot of radars then yet.
Well, we were a bottle depot at that time, and as the industry is growing, there is more opportunities for people to work for the stewards that control the recycling of products in Canada, and we're part of that system now.
Yeah, and especially with the electronics. I mean, again, we couldn't have imagined how many electronics there would be in 2017 compared to even a decade ago or 20 years ago. Now, everybody has electronics on their person most of the time.
And it's all designed to become obsolescent after a certain period of time.
Absolutely.
And recycling those materials and recovering those materials is a tenth of the cost of digging that raw material out of the soil of the earth. So it is a good thing to do. I believe the 2010 Olympic medals were the bronze, copper, or the bronze and silver and gold medals were recycled from the electronics in British Columbia.
That's so important, and that we make sure we pass that information and that knowledge and that education along to our kids, who are going to have even more of that in their lives.
Well, it's certainly something that's going to become larger as our society moves to a more sustainable goal.
Yeah, as we're more aware of what's happening to our planet.
Yes.
So do you collect those items, or do you actually recycle them yourself there at General Grants?
We're strictly a collector and moving it on to the various people that do then break the stuff down.
So people bring it in and you sort it out, and then you kind of designate where it needs to go.
The aluminum often goes to smelters like Alcan Aluminum, or into smelters in Ontario, and within 6 weeks it's back on the shelf with beer in it again.
Wow.
Your plastics are recycled. There's a big outfit in Vancouver that does it, but any plastic that's recycled can't be used for food anymore. It's got to be used for oil containers or other kinds of uses. Yes.
This time of year, of course, bottles are the big thing. We were just saying camping season and Christmas season are probably when we accumulate the most bottles.
Yes. Yes.
Where can people find you when they're looking to bring all of those bottles
Well,
in?
we are at 611 Fortune Drive on the North Shore, at 1344 East Battle Street in the downtown area, and 963 Camosun Crescent up in Sahalee.
Excellent.
By the Walmart.
Perfect. And are your hours open for all of those recycling things that we touched on all the time?
We are 7 days a week, except for statutory holidays and Boxing Day, because we close on that. 8:30 to 5:30 Monday through Saturday, 10 to 4 on Sundays.
And this is so important because in addition to bottles, it's the time of year where people are replacing the electronics that they had with new ones that they got and wondering what to do. Don't just toss them into the garbage can.
Yes, even children's electric toys that have the batteries in them, that's all part of the electronics recycling. For the city recycling of, we're doing paper, plastic, and things like that, and that gets a little more complicated because some plastics are acceptable, some plastics are not.
It is a little tricky.
And it takes a while for people to understand what we're able to do for them.
But of course, you guys know, so the best thing you can do is bring those things in and ask and find out the best way to dispose of those kinds of items.
Yeah, we try and provide education for people and give them the opportunity to learn how to do it. We're just a small part of the city recycling, but again, for us, the big thing is this is for the homeowner. This is not institutional, commercial, or industrial recycling. The recycling programs are set up for homeowners.
Small but critical.
Yes.
A great service for our city. Thank you so much, and for joining us. And
betcha.
Happy New Year. When you're looking to recycle those things, General Grants is the place to bring them.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more Midday in just a moment.